Okie dokie. Alright, looks like everything's working and such. Just put my headphones back on properly. Alright, hello everyone. I know this isn't a crash. I decided today, I just wasn't really feeling like playing Crash right now. I don't know why, other than I just wasn't. I'll probably will play it sometime like Monday or something like that. To at least make up for it. But yeah, I just wanted to just kind of do a simpler stream today. Simpler stream today and just chill out and hang with y'all. I don't know. It's not gonna be really long. I think it's probably at most gonna be like either 45 minutes to like an hour this stream. Really, it's just again just to talk to y'all, just to give a chance to say I streamed and was here, and also make up for the fact that again I'm not streaming Crash today. As the title says, it's literally just random thoughts, different things, just random type of stuff. I probably had a title similar to this like a while back, but I don't care. It's not really that big of a deal, but I don't know. Not much has changed. Just was bored today and not really wanting to do Crash. I just kind of been doing a lot. Was playing a Title Goose game instead, because I don't know. It's on the PlayStation Store, and it was like on the Plus thing, and I just was like, screw it, I want something simple after playing all the Uncharted games, which I actually finally finished all of the Uncharted games. I mean, like, fully. Obviously, besides the fourth game in Lost Legacy, I played like the first 3 games, and that was really cool and interesting. I guess I go a little bit detailed there now instead of like, because I was playing Crash at the same time. It just felt weird to go into detail about that there, but I feel like I can go in here. But yeah, I think it's interesting actually, the Uncharted games. It's kind of bittersweet that I finally finished them all, because I don't know, you feel like I finally got like attached to like a lot of the characters. Obviously, mainly Nate. But I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Though I feel like with any game series you play for like a long period in time, you kind of get attached to characters and you kind of feel sad when you finish them all, because you connected to those characters quite greatly after all the time, even if it hasn't been long. Like, at most, I think it took me maybe like a month to get through all the games. Not technically getting the treasures, all the treasure and stuff like that, just kind of just playing the stories and stuff like that. It took me like about a month at most, I think, because I think I started like literally right around the beginning of June. So yeah, it didn't take me too long, but still, I don't know. Yeah, it's bittersweet. It's very bittersweet to me, but I enjoyed the games a lot. I see why the first 3 games really were big for people, especially in the PS3 era. It's actually kind of nuts to me with the PS3 era, like, graphics, like, kind of advancing over time, because not many knows it, but, like, the first Uncharted game, like, started pretty much, like, not even, like, a year after the console launched, which is kind of nuts to me to think about, because it's, like, I think it was the 3rd game that really got the series to be big, and I understand why that way, too, but it's insane to me, like, even then, like, the graphics weren't that bad. I know mostly majority of the issue was the price point of the console, and it was hard to develop for the console at the time until later down the line people finally kind of unlocked the not unlocked, it sounds like it's like a game thing, but we're able to like take time to learn how to develop on the console. But it's so weird to me though to see like them being like, it's actually not bad. And it's kind of crazy because the games are like within 2 years time like being developed. So like the first game came out in 2007, then the second game came out in 2009, then the third game came out in 2011. So it's like, it was like a 2-year period, and there was like already advancements within the graphics quite quickly. For between like 2 years of the games, it's like, it's kind of nuts. And then of course, I think another like 2 years, I think they did Last of Us, so even more advancement in graphics that way too. Obviously they remastered it for the PS4 immediately after the PS4 came out, but still, it's kind of crazy to see the graphics advance over time. This has been Naughty Dog that way in the PS3 era, considering they dominated the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Well, okay, maybe not much of PlayStation 2. Well, not people talk about Jak and Daxter enough. Yeah, I guess, I mean, I don't know if they dominated the PlayStation 2 era. I feel like that goes somewhere like God of War or something like that. Which, speaking of God of War, I will be playing the third game in the series soon. I decided to play Nintendo Goose Game before going to that because I didn't want to just jump in immediately to God of War, because those 3 games, they are pretty dang difficult, even with, like, if you put it, like, on quote-unquote normal difficulty. Like, they're pretty tricky games. I could just be a little weenie and just not good at it. And maybe people were like, you're talking about hard. This ain't hard. I've eaten stuff like this for breakfast, like God of War. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm not good. I'm not, like, that great at the game, and I'm not bad at it either. But I want to at least say I played all the God of War games. So I still need to play the recent PlayStation 5 game, which I will soon, but I just want to say I played at least the mainline stuff. I know there's, like, the prequel stuff and all that. I don't know if I'll touch upon those or not. I really would have to, like, have a need to do that, but, like, I don't know. I don't know. It really depends if I feel like I really want to do that to myself or not, but we'll see. I don't know. I'll go to it. But yeah, no, I like the Uncharted series, and I'm glad I played the first 3 games for the first time. I did the remastered version, by the way. I didn't play like the original versions. I played the remastered collection that they have. Like, I think it's called the Uncharted collection or something. But yeah, no. I think out of all of them, I think, yeah, the third one's my favorite. Which, I understand why the third one kind of really was big. I think it just was convenient because it came around the time that the console was being remarketed anyway, being cheaper and more accessible to people, so it kind of makes sense that, like, that game got really big because it was just, like, perfect timing. And we're able to play the Uncharted games and be like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. So, yeah, no, I think the third one's my favorite. I think the most. I think my least favorite, not to say that it's bad, but, like, not my favorite. I think, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I guess the first game. I mean, it's not, I kind of sit between the first and second game. I'm trying to think which one I had more qualms with. I feel like they jacked up, like, the climbing in the second game. I don't know. Maybe that could have just been for the remaster and it was fine originally. But, I don't know. I'll say the first game. I'm not saying the first game is bad. I'm just saying that out of all of them, it's, like, you can tell it's the roughest because it's, again, the first. But, yeah, third. At least when it comes, like, the 3. I will say that. If I say in general, it's kind of hard to say. I probably would say 4 because 4 is, like, was the best. It had everything. I will say my weird qualm with, like, 4 is the fact that it feels like, I don't know, it's a little weird because the 4th game came after The Last of Us, and it felt like it tried copying the cinematicness and the masterpieciness of, like, Last of Us, and it weirdly bothers me. I don't know why. It just does. It shouldn't, but it does for some odd reason. I don't know. There's excuses. I don't know, maybe it's like the style change maybe is what bothered me. Because, like, some of the characters didn't look right to me. Like, Nate looks perfectly fine. Sam I don't count because he was never in the other game, so I can't say anything. Sully, I don't like how, like, old he looks. Like, I know he's supposed to look old, but he looks like such old man. Like, it seems weird. Like, he doesn't look more stone cold than I feel like he should look like, but I mean, this guy was in the Navy, man. Why does he look so not right? I don't know. I feel like he should look more hardcore old. I don't know. And, like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's just, yeah, the graphic type of style just kind of weirded me out. I don't know. I don't like that it's too nice, but I don't know. Maybe I got used to it by Lost Legacy, though, when I was playing Lost Legacy again. That's a good game. People need to talk about that game more. It's a good game. I'm gonna shout out to the rooftops. I think they should continue the story with, like, Chloe and, like, Nadine. I think that would be cool. Sam can come along if he wants to. No, I think they should do more with Chloe and Nadine, because that actually is good. At least it gives us a chance that they want to keep going with the series, but I think that kind of was, like, a nice send-off, too, to, like, the majority of the series, but it feels like they can continue if they wanted to. But I think they're really more focused on The Last of Us right now. So, who knows, maybe after The Last of Us is done, maybe they'll go back to, like, have one more Uncharted game or something. I'm surprised they didn't just end with the 4th game. Maybe they just wanted to experiment or something, but who knows? I don't know. But I like Lost Legacy. It's a good game. My problem with it is just short. That's really its only problem. It's kind of short. I mean, in the sense that, like, the story's pretty basic. But I don't mind that it's short either. Because sometimes I feel like some of the problems with the other games, too, they go on for too long. But, I don't know. I feel like it's a little short. It could have been, like, an extra chapter or 2 more. Like, I feel like it could have been, like, 10 to 12 chapters more. Like, that kind of, like, not 12 chapters. It should have ended on, like, at chapter 10, chapter 12 type of thing. I feel like that would have been, like, a nice kind of halfway kind of thing. Even then, like, it wasn't even halfway, because most of the games were, like, 20 chapters at most. So, yeah, I feel like they could have, like, added, like, a little one extra chapter or two in there. But that's just me. Other than that, yeah, that's my tangent on Uncharted. I don't know. I just wanted to mention that. Because this is literally the title of the video. It's the random thoughts. I wasn't kidding when I said this. If you want to hear me ramble, cool. If not, this isn't for you. But yeah. Other than that, they're gonna play Untitled Goose Game. It's fun. It's silly. It's cute. That's what it is. I'm doing the extra list type of stuff where there's like extra things to do after like you kind of finish the base game. I'm trying to think. Anything. Why am I I am under entertainment. Why was I complaining about that? I'm not playing games. I'm not well, I guess I'm talking about gaming, but that's just not playing games. There's a difference. Speaking of entertainment, actually, since I made myself a segue to go into this topic, I want to talk about a bit of Marvel and just superhero stuff and like just in general movie culture right now. Mostly Marvel and superhero stuff. Video games? Movies. Well, I guess video games too, but movies mostly. I recently, I'm not gonna talk about spoilers too much, but I will put a spoiler warning just in case I do say some stuff. So if I go on about something about Across the Spider-Verse and it's a spoiler, I'm putting it out here now. There may be spoilers ahead, so if you don't want to hear me talk about this, just, yeah, skip ahead for a bit. I don't have a number but count, but let's just say, like, 3 minutes at most. I might be talking about Across the Spider-Verse and maybe some spoilers, so skip ahead 3 minutes. I'll try to keep myself so I don't get into that whole spiel, but I'll try not to spoil too much. It's also been, like, almost a month, so I mean, you guys should watch it. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's a good movie. It's a really good movie, actually. I love Across the Spider-Verse. Though, I did find out something that broke my heart recently, today. It's a post. I think it was like one of the creators. But, like, yeah, apparently the company that does the animation work and stuff like that for Across the Spider-Verse overworked their animators, and I hate that. I do not like that as a person who's wanting to do an animation industry and stuff like that. I do not like that. Just in general, if you care about human rights and people being safe and not overworked, then you should be mad about this. I feel like it seems like when it comes to animators and stuff like that, like people were like, especially like the writers too, people were saying it's their fault for like going into the industry. It's like, how about I want to go into this industry because I love it, but also I should be able to have money and to be able to sustain to be working in the career. That's not my fault for not, getting money that I should deserve. People should be able to make money no matter what career they're in. I just think that's so stupid. Like, I don't know, man. It's like telling someone, like, going to McDonald's, it's their fault they're working at McDonald's. Like, they should go somewhere else and not getting paid enough. It's like, even though there's, like, no job availability. It's like, what do you mean? Like, you can't just tell someone they can't, like, that's their fault for complaining about not making enough money if in an economy there's not enough money to give people because the government's messed up of how it treats its workers. God forbid, I know I said that weirdly. Point being, people should be able to have the careers they want and be able to get paid a good amount to live. Like, normal life, be able to live and have a house, eat, get food, and just live comfortably. That's all I think. Live comfortably. Is that, like, so hard to ask? Be able to live comfortably, especially in a job, like, in the art world. I feel like that's the problem. People are, like, they look at people like the writer's strike and being like, well, these people are complaining. It's like, they're not complaining about the job itself. They're complaining that the big top movie guys are getting paid way more than them when they should be at least paid equal. That's all they want. They just want equal rights of, like, that thing to be treated nicely, to be able to have, like, know that their jobs are not going to be at risk because of AI or whatnot in that way. And that's the same thing for animators. I don't think people understand this. It's like, the writers are important, and I feel like they deserve a lot, and I feel like animators are being pushed around too. Like, the writers are really, like, I'm not saying they're more important or less important than animators, but I'm saying they should be equal level. The fact that, like, these people are important. Especially we're talking about, like, superhero movies, like, CGI artists and stuff like that. Don't get enough credit. sorry, CGI artists, whatever. You know what I'm saying. FX artists. I can't pronounce things. I'm angry. FX artists should be treated like more respectfully, considering they're the reason if a movie can look good or not. That's the thing. And I think that's my problem right now, more than ever, is that artists in the industry, besides actors, because that's a thing, but besides actors, are being treated like garbage. Because money. That's the thing. It's like big companies are taking control and wanting to like be like, yes, we will manipulate these people and squeeze every bit of out of them we can until they can't give us the money we want, and then we'll just still manipulate them. Again, it breaks my heart that I found that out about Across the Spider-Verse, and it's like, I'm glad a lot of the artists right now are saying, like, they're saying no to, like, the March release for, like, 2024. It's like, we're not gonna be close to them by then. Like, they're saying, like, at most they may be able to get it by, like, 2024, like, the end of 2024, but more likely 2025. It's, like, good for them to be like, no, we're gonna be realistic. And that's another problem. I think that's, like, the genuine problem where, like, a company and stuff like that will just give a date when something will be out, likely, and, like, not even, like, ask their team of, like, workers, like, hey, when do you think this is gonna be ready by? Like, you can clearly tell they didn't ask. They phoned over, like, yeah, it's gonna be ready by this point. It's like, no, it isn't. Stop lying. Don't say things like that. That's the thing we need to get out of our head and mentality. Stop scheduling movies ahead of time. Same with video games, by the way. This also goes for video game category, too, because it should. It's like, stop announcing things ahead of time if you're not talking to your team of the people who are actually working on said game or said movie, TV show, whatever. How about ask them first and say, hey, what availability works? When do you think this is going to be ready by? Like, ask them, and if they say they need more time, give them more time. God forbid. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of seeing this type of stuff because it's ridiculous that you can't just let people, like, not be overworked and just, like, give time for things so it can be good. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. Look at how many video games this year have been bad because people have been overworked or, like, not given enough money or anything like that for, like, a budget or, like, for the game. Like, think about it hardcore. Like, clearly, this is a problem not even just within the movie industry, it's in the video game industry. It's, like, everywhere. My point is, animators, go on a strike, you know? That's what I'll say. You should, VX artists, whatever artists, all the artists, go on strike, you know? That's all I'm saying. I don't think, not a lot of artists, like, things have, like, unions either, which just sucks. Start making unions, man. All I'm saying is, I don't know, I'm angry. That's all. I'm angry. Let's see what I was gonna go on about. I was gonna just go on more about, like, why I think multiverse things are starting to get worn out already. We're not even that far in the multiverse type of stuff. I love it. I love how we go on different tangents. I guess I do. I was gonna say, okay, let's go back on the real topic where before I, like, explode out of anger for no reason. So, Across the Spider-Verse. I really like the movie now, even though I found out that horrible thing. But it's still, at least is able to be good and not suffer for it. But hopefully, this next movie, Beyond Spider-Verse, they do get more time and breaks and stuff like that they need. Take as long as you need, guys. That's all I'm saying, alright? If it takes not even longer than 2025, then, like, I'm just saying, do it. I support. But it's such a masterpiece of a movie. It's honestly, I don't want to say better than, like, the first movie, but it's, like, by far, like, surpasses it, though. Just with the story, the animation style, the amount of time, like, you can tell it took a lot of love, though. People, even if they were stressed out by it, they still put a lot of love into this movie, and you can tell. It's like a love letter to Spider-Man in general, and I think that's why I like 2025. Yes, 25, Gus. That's what I said, and that's what I says. But it's, you can tell it's a love. I just laugh. A love letter to Spider-Man, and just in general, the comic book industry. I it's so hard to describe because, like, one, I don't want to spoil it, like, too much, obviously, but it's such a good movie, and it's such a good use of using multiverse. I forgot what I was going to use the word for this, but just using the multiverse in general. Because I'm noticing a lot of movies are not doing good at it. The only, like, this and then Everything Everywhere All Once are, like, the two, like, I would say best movies for, like, multiverse stuff, for sure. Other than that, I can't really say. I mean, there hasn't been crazy amount. To be fair, actually, probably Into the Spider-Verse counts into that too, huh? Like, I mean, so, okay, it's 3 movies, whatever. Probably would be 4, Beyond the Spider-Verse, not the point. But I just, yeah, like, with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, it was okay. I think they could have done a lot more, but they didn't, which ticks me off. Because I feel like it was not as, like, used as it could be. Like, they had a couple of different Doctor Stranges. I love it because I saw a meme too a while back where it was talking about how for the Spider-Man No Way... Oh yeah, that's another movie I guess I could put up there. So make that... Whatever, anyway. With No Way Home, they, you know, had, like, different looks for Spider-Man. You know, obviously Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland. You know, they all look different. But people were complaining how, like, for the multiverse, they had not made Doctor Strange look any different. They didn't get any more actors for, like, to play as Doctor Strange, which is funny. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know. They got lazy there, I guess. We'll just give him a different mustache, or we'll just give him a different hairstyle. That'll look different. That'll fool them. Even like the Spider-Man, like, they don't look different. Like, even like in the comics, like, some of the Peter Parkers, like, don't look the same. That's the whole point. But they're just like, nah, we don't care. We didn't put effort into it. I don't know. Just, I felt like they could have done more with the multiverse of that. The Kang stuff, I'm not feeling it. I mean, it's okay, the possibilities are there, but I'm just not feeling it, especially when I found out a lot of things. On the contrary, just, what is Liam, some of the Justice Lords. I'm reading this comic book, by the way, in my head. Jesus. I just, the King thing is just boring, especially when I found out, like, I don't know if this is true, there's supposedly this was, like, a thing, like a really good insider, though, found out, and I kind of believe it just with everything that's going on with Marvel. The King thing and the multiverse thing was not their original plan. They literally, after seeing Jonathan Majors being like, hey, people like this guy, let's do a whole thing around him. And then he got into weird legal stuff recently. I'm not gonna go into fullest detail, but let's just say, yeah, he's in kind of hot water. It's just, so, you literally made a whole plan to, like, boost this one, like, character guy just because the acting was good, and now you're being screwed for it because you're not even sure if it's gonna go well. Considering how the Flash went, I don't think he's gonna last long if things do turn out bad. Let's just say that. Because that clearly is proving something. Honestly, I'm actually surprised at Society, the fact that people are hating Flash. I mean, I think it's more the story. But to be honest, I think Timothy was pretty dope. Those were good. Yes, actually. I do agree. That is good. Actually, I do agree with that. I just remember that all of a sudden. That is a good, actually, apparently I'm adding more things onto the list of good multiverse, movies / specials and things like that. Adding more. Proving me wrong. But I just think, yeah, that's like, I'm surprised the Society is like, because, like, the cancel culture works, but it doesn't work. It works on the wrong people. But apparently, for once, everything's lining up for that. But I think it's more because the movie's not great, I've heard. It's a little all over the place. It's not really good for, like, again, multiverse stuff. I've not seen it, so I cannot put anything on the table, whether or not I think it's good or bad. But I think definitely what is contributing at least a good amount of it, besides the movie probably not doing well, is the fact that Ezra Miller is very controversial. So that's just me. Take it whatever you want. I'm not going into detail whether or not, he deserves a second chance or not. I'm not doing that. That's not what this is. This is not the place and time for it. So there's that. And I'm not gonna say whether or not Jonathan Majors is guilty or not. That's not the point. This is just putting whatever on the table. One's in hot water, one's already been quite hot water and is being burned quite badly for it. So there's that. I just think, multiverse stuff doesn't work well if no one wants to put the time in it. And I think what makes Across the Spider-Verse work really well is the fact that, every Spider-Man has his own personality in the movie and gets, a chance in the spotlight, and they don't just keep it to just the animated stuff. They talk about other different Spider-Man and all that. That's so important. Instead of just having, a handful of people, go and, again, talk about it. It's a multiverse. Make it feel big. Multiverse and Madness doesn't feel big. The thing with Kang just doesn't feel quite big yet. I mean, maybe it'll make it big feeling, but it's again, that wasn't their original idea. Considering the idea was actually Secret Invasion was going to be their, I think, main thing. And you can kind of tell from the first episode from Secret Invasion. I'm not going to go into detail with that because it's a spoiler thing. But you can kind of tell. It feels very, well made. And it feels like they really were wanting to this be the storyline, and I think it should be. I feel like they should back off with the multiverse thing. Or if nothing else, they should go back to the Secret Invasion thing and kind of build it under the Kang thing. That way, at least after the whole Kang Dynasty thing is done, they can go into the Skrulls and stuff like that. That would be interesting. Unless, of course, the series ends up being bad in that case. Whoops. But we'll see. Obviously, we're not there yet. We're only in the first episode. But it feels definitely like this was something they were planning out for a long time. At least long enough. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I just think, multiverse is okay, but I feel like if you don't make it feel grand, then it doesn't feel like anything. The whole point of multiverse is that there's so many different possibilities. There's so many different people out there. And I think it only really works with Spider-Man, I noticed. Because it really has only been the thing with Spider-Man. Now, don't get me wrong, there's always been What If. There's always been alternate, universes like that. But for the most part, Spider-Man has, the most different, alternative, versions of himself. So, I feel like it makes more sense to do stuff with Spider-Man than it does with every other character. Because if you think about a lot of the different, multiverse stuff, when it comes to Spider-Man, most majority, of the comics usually have, Spider-Man as the lead. Not Captain America, not Iron Man, Hulk, or whatever, mostly Spider-Man. When it comes to, a lot of majority. I'm not talking about What If. What If's a different thing. I'm talking about, a Spider-Man comic. Most majority of the time, again, there's no, multiverse stuff with, Captain America, or, a Captain America comic, or something. Along those lines. It's always been Spider-Man, but I think because he's such I don't want to say easy character to write, but he's such an interesting character. And the fact of his powers and his abilities and being able to work with that and putting him in different environments and seeing what you can do. I think that's why there's so many different versions of him out there. I mean, again, if you've seen Across the Spider-Verse, you know what I mean. There's a whole scene where they're all pointing at each other, and it's just oh my... you can see that in the trailer, by the way. That's not, a spoiler. You can literally see them all pointing at each other, and it's even more crazy in the movie. So, yeah, that's it. That's why they just do multiple Earths, and they never really cross over. They just work separately. That makes sense, yeah. Maybe that's why Flash didn't work. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's why Flash never worked, because they don't do it anyway, so who knows. Again, I can't say anything, but that maybe would make sense. But yeah, for the most part, the only stuff that crosses over is Spider-Man, but even then, that's only, in a couple of storylines they do it in. I know they do it, with TV shows sometimes. I'm getting a little irked, too, about some stuff with the TV shows. They putting Miles in a lot of TV shows with Spider-Man. Actually, I'm just talking about that one 2017 2017 Spider-Man show. It's not great. Fitz Miles, and it's like they're both the same age, and they're both like not the same age, but around the same age. And Peter wasn't even Spider-Man for that long, so it's like kind of weird that he's mentoring Miles when they're like he's barely been Spider-Man. And then Gwen comes along and becomes Ghost, and it's like, what? I don't know. It weirds me out. I'm not saying that like multiverse people can't be in the same universe, but like at least make the timeline right. Like if you're gonna do that, like make Peter older, so that way it makes more sense. Like they do in the video game, where Peter's been Spider-Man for like years, and then Miles becomes like Spider-Man. Like at least it makes sense. Make it make sense. I don't know. Probably gonna get off my side tangent of the multiverse thing because I feel like I've been on it for way too long. Drake Bell Spider-Man is pretty cool. Oh, I'm not talking about the Drake Bell Spider-Man. That's the Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't remember what the 2017 was called. But the Ultimate Spider-Man's good. I don't know why people trash Ultimate Spider-Man. That's not a bad show. I know people don't like it for, like, certain aspects of the story, but, like, I like it. It's not, like, I wouldn't say, like, a Spectacular Spider-Man level, but I say it's not bad for what it is. It's not bad. I like it. I used to watch it a lot. I don't know, maybe because I grew up with it in some form of fashion, too. I don't know. I like it enough. And if that's a problem, then I was gonna say sue me, but I'd rather you not sue me. Because I don't got lots of money. So please don't sue me. Just be kind of upset at me. That's all. Just be upset at me for like an hour and then leave it. I don't know. But it's, yeah, not a bad show. I don't know why people diss that show so badly. Again, I know it's not like Spectacular Spider-Man, but I don't think it should be compared to Spectacular Spider-Man. Not every Spider-Man series needs to be compared to Spectacular Spider-Man, but I will say the 2017 one is not that good, and I'm not even comparing it to Spectacular Spider-Man. I genuinely think it's just not great. It's not even the animation style that gets to me. I mean, the animation's not like the worst I've ever seen. It's not bad, per se. It's not great, but it's not the worst. But I think it's just how they portray Peter and some of the other characters. It's like, okay, cool. What? That's the Spider-Man that's supposed to die, like in the Ultimate Comics. Is it? I guess he is called Ultimate Spider-Man, huh? Realization slowly kicks in. Yeah, he's called Ultimate Spider-Man. Hold on, you might got a point. Wait, you got a point. Hold on. It is called Ultimate. And he kind of does look like the Ultimate. Oh my god, wait, you just revealed something to me that blew my mind. Wait a minute. I never thought about that before. But wait, so they had a multiverse episode, though, where, like, Miles was, like, from a different universe, where he does die, unless, of course... You know what? I don't want to think too hard about this, otherwise I'm gonna, like, actually go nuts. So that's interesting. That is interesting to think about, though. But I think it does contradict a little bit. But well, maybe it's a different Miles from a completely different universe too. Who knows? I don't know. There gotta be a couple Miles out there. Miles Morales. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other topics I wanted to talk about or mention. Yes, it's like the same universe. He does. That is true. Yeah. I noticed, yeah, like, because I just read, like, one of the comics recently, and, yeah, he does have the same hairstyle, he has, like, kind of the same personality, and I think he's, like, sort of close to the age, too, in the comics, so, wow, okay. That's something. That, for some reason, it's disturbing me. I think because it makes that show much more darker if you think about, like, ultimately, and he has to die, if that's the truth. Yeah, That's, we never think we didn't see. Huh. That is something to think about for a while. I'm able to sit with that for a little bit. But, I'm trying to think of other topics right now. I don't know. There hasn't really been much else, like, wise that I've seen. Wise. I mean, I could just complain about Marvel itself in the movies, but I think that's already been done to death. That way. I already talked about the multiverse stuff. I don't really need to go into much detail. I just think if you're gonna do multiverse stuff, make it feel grand. If not, don't bother at all. That's all I say. Make it feel grand. It doesn't have to be, like, over the top budget. It just, I don't know. Make it more than like 3 different like versions of a character. Like, again, just look at like Everything Everywhere All at Once if you're wanting to do live action stuff, because that's pretty much the kind of general idea. If you're talking about animation, then yeah, I'd say like the Spider-Verse stuff for sure. So there's that. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really got much else. Gus, you have a random topic? Nah, that's fine. I got nothing. I got nothing. Oh. No. Ah! Jesus. It's hair in my face, sorry. Someone's being very loud with their, like, I think it's a leaf blower. It's weirding me out how loud they are. You can't hear, well, maybe you can if I really am quiet enough. You probably could hear it in the background. Probably not, though. It's decently enough. It's decent enough not to capture that kind of stuff, but I mean, if I'm banging on my table, then it will capture it because it's like right there. But outside, I don't know. Then we'll catch that or not. I'm really going off a random, literally the definition of random thoughts. I was gonna try coming up with other topics, like writing down topics, but I kind of just made this on a whim. I was thinking about maybe doing a tier list, but I'm like, I have to find something, and I don't know. And oh, there's one thing about wrestling I wanted to go on about. I just remember that now. I'll keep it short and sweet because I can go on for days about wrestling and complaining about things and praising things and all that. So, my problem is with the belts. I've had a problem with the belts for a bit. More specifically, I don't care about the heavyweight belt, and I don't really care more about Roman Reigns having his like own belt now. It's more of how they treated the women's belts lately. Like, they full on like unified the tag titles from NXT and the main roster, which ticks me off because it's like that really just shows that they don't care right now about like. Now they haven't like made into one belt yet, but I'm assuming that's the end goal. Either that or they're just doing it for a period of time, then sure, why not? But yeah, so the unifying it was stupid and pointless, taking away something from NXT, which is like, you know, for the developmental stuff, it's like, okay, so you want to have that for developmental, but you're going to take away the tag belt? Cool! Thanks for that one. And then the women belts, it's just like, I kind of just don't like how they were just straight up given the belts. I'm not saying they should have fought for it. I'm not saying that they should have, like, for, like, Rhea Ripley and Asuka, their new belts, the, like, World Heavyweight belt and the WWE Women's Championship belt. I think that's what they're called. Nice names, guys. Totally. What, did I say heavyweight? I bet World Championship? I think World Championship and then, like, WWE Champ. It's the heavyweight belt and then the normal belt. You can't convince me otherwise. It's literally the same. So, shut up if I confuse the names, alright? It's the same belt. So, I don't mind belts, and I don't even mind belts looking like the men's belt. That's not my problem. I know some people are complaining about the designs, like, oh, it's not great. Oh, I don't like it. It's like, people are complaining about, like, the World Championship belt, when it's the same as the heavyweight belt, so it's either one or the other, mate. You can't, if you're gonna complain about the one, you gotta complain about the other, alright? So, like, don't start off with me with that, because I remember people being like, oh, the women's heavyweight belt looks really nice, oh. Yes, yeah, he is like the same. Yeah. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Comment-wise, but it's just like, it's like, it's like people are complaining about the belts, and it's like, oh, the heavyweight belt actually looks nice. Oh, I don't mind the heavyweight belt. And then the women's belt comes out, and it's like, I hate it. It looks ugly. Why does it look like that? It's the same belt! Sorry, I'm yelling. I'm screaming. I'm sorry. I'm getting heated because it's a lot. It's like, it's the same belt. Again, if you're gonna complain about the one, complain about the other. That's all I say. Okay, that's the rule. All right, that's the rule. If you're gonna complain about one, you gotta complain about the other. Otherwise, shut up. It's the same belt. Same with Asuka's, which I don't like. Actually, I didn't like Roman's belt either. That I can agree. We all can agree on that one. Make it the same, but I don't care. The looks is like the same. My problem was the presentation. One, there wasn't really much like announcement that they were gonna change the belts. It just kind of happened. Like, I think they may have announced it like just a couple days before SmackDown, which was when Asuka got her belt. Like, there wasn't even an announcement for that. Like, at least with, like, Roman, he got, like, a little bit of announcement. And obviously the heavyweight belt got a big announcement, like, it had a whole tournament for it, but, like, the woman didn't even get anything with that. And then Asuka comes out, she's, like, you know, doing her thing. She'd give it, and then, like, Adam, you know, Pierce is like, I had to turn you down. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm angry. I'm heated. I'm heated for this. When I am passionate about a topic, I am passionate. I should have volume warning on this. Yeah, headphone warning. My apologies. I'll try to calm down a little bit. But so, like, Asuka comes out. Adam Pearce, like, is like, by behalf of WWE, we give you this new belt. They take whatever belt they have. Like, the same, by the way, it's the same both sides, with Asuka and Rhea. Like, literally, line for line, he says the exact same thing, except for, like, and I have the SmackDown side, and I have the Raw belt. They give it to Adam, and then he gives the new belt to them, and it's like, oh, cool, I guess. Asuka sticks me out because, of course, Charlotte comes back around the same time that happens, so that's lovely. I don't think she's not facing Asuka yet, but let's be real, in the next month it's going to happen. Of course, I don't know if she's in the Money in the Bank or not. I've not checked that. I really should, because for all I know who's probably gonna win the Money in the Bank. That way, which will tick me off, because actually that would tick off people more if she won the Money in the Bank and then won it that way, because that way she really didn't even fight for it. Yeah, that'd be really bad. Oh god. Now I'm checking that. Hold on, now I have to really check that. Now I really, 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 really have to check that. Hold on. Who's in this one? Because it's coming up, not this, obviously not this weekend, clearly, but next weekend. Who's in this match? It is, that doesn't tell me who's in the Money in the Bank. June 2nd, 2023. No, 2023. I'm struggling right now. I just want to know who's in the Money in the Bank. At least the women's. I don't care about the men's. Oh no, this is it. Hold on. Why can't you just? Oh, no. Really? Why do I have to read? Why do I have to read things? Don't make me read things. I don't like reading things. It takes so long. Is this just? Clearly, this is the people in the match. Okay. Wow, what a weird set of people in this. It's kind of weirding me out. 2 people from Damage Control. Oh, yeah, because Kairi. Not Kairi. Jesus. Oh my god, Dakota Kai. Jeez. Is not in the match. Or because she's injured. So they had Bailey, Sky, Trish, Zoe Stark. Blank out for the name for a second. Zelina Vega and Becky Lynch. What a weird set of women in this match. Not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad match. It's just kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. Something about it weirds me out. That's a me problem. I don't know. Maybe it's normal to everyone else. Weird to me. Well, never mind. Charlotte's not in that match. Good. Because, yeah, she would win it. That's the point. That's funny. So, but, like, I just don't like how they were introduced. I feel like there was just, like, here, have your belt, and then whatever. Like, also, like, gets her for not even, like, 10 seconds, and then Charlotte comes out, and then it's like, okay, cool, ruin that moment. And then Rhea gets it, and I'm not saying Dominic shouldn't have been out, but I'm saying Dominic should have been with her originally. It just kind of seemed weird that they allow her to get cheered for, and then they had to bring Dominic out. It's like, okay, you can only get cheered for like a couple seconds, and then we need to bring back the boos. It's like, why not just have her be booed anyway because she's a Dominic? Ain't that the whole point? She's a heel? I'm not saying she can't be cheered for, but I'm just saying that moment, this seems kind of weird that they did it like that. And then, of course, they had the Cody Rhodes thing, and I'm like, so you're not letting them have a minute just to be able to, like, spiel? I don't know, let them spiel. Why am I saying it like that? Spiel. Jesus. Let them talk about, like, having the belt. You know, like, I mean, I know Asuka doesn't really speak on the mic, but still, they could have had her just, like, speak in Japanese. Not, like, crazy Japanese like they had her in the past, but, like, actual, like, nice, normal Japanese and, like, you know, walk off. That would be fine. And then have Rhea, like, talk about how she's great, how everyone should bow down for mommy and all that, you know? Like, they didn't even let them do that. I just think that women is being so disrespected right now. I don't know. I just feel like the women are not getting as much recognition as they deserve right now. To be fair, though, it's not terrible. It could be much worse. I just think there should be more going on. I will say I'm surprised that they're having, like, Natty, like, or Natalia, I should say. Natalia, like, face Rhea Ripley and stuff like that and have, like, actual feud for that. Like, I don't know. Like, if anyone would win the belt, like, against Rhea, like, if they decided that they wanted to, like, remove the belt off of her, I wouldn't mind Natalia. It's not gonna happen. Clearly, it's not gonna happen. I know that for sure. That's just a given. But, like, if they did, I wouldn't mind that. That would be a good feud. That'd be cool. Have her, like, Natalia have, like, one more run, especially as, like, a champion. Like, that'd be cool. They should do it. They're not going to, but they should. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be mad is the point. But, again, it's not gonna happen. Which, hey, at least she's getting, like, time of day. So, I'll give that. So, cool. I don't know. That's about it, really. That's all I have. Just I'm angry about the women's division not being, like, done justice and right. I don't know. One hand, like, I know a lot of people are, like, saying, like, oh, Triple H is doing a sucky job, and it's, like, another being, like, oh, it's Vince, and it's, like, I don't know who to blame here. Because I don't know who's in charge fully. I want to say it's Vince that's fully in charge, but, like, I don't know what there is a proof of that other than people saying that it is, but it's, like, also it could be Triple H, but that could be people who don't like Triple H saying that it's Triple H's fault. I don't know. I don't know who to blame here. I really, really, really don't. I mean, it's not like he was doing bad Triple H before the start of everything. I know he had some of his flaws, but it's like, I feel like some of the stuff is very Vince-like too, though. But, like, I don't know. Who knows? That's my real point, I guess. Who knows? So, that's it. I'm gonna kind of, wind down for the stream right now and kind of just wrap things up, because I said, like, going to, like, 45 minutes, like, closer to an hour, so I think I'm good on there. I ran enough. I yelled enough today. To make up for the fact that I didn't play Crash. So, speaking of Crash, I will try streaming on Monday a little bit of Crash, just at least to start it. I don't know how far I'll get, but I will at least start Crash on Monday. That is at least my goal, hopefully. Next weekend, I'm gonna take my first weekend of the month off, like I usually do. Y'all know that. Y'all know this already. Y'all know the rundown. I really should probably have a schedule up, but I don't like putting a schedule up because that makes me feel like I have to do something now, versus just kind of saying I have a quote-unquote schedule, but never actually saying what my schedule is, at least on the channel itself. Probably should, not going to. So, sucks to suck. If something changes, I don't know, I could probably use a community tab to let you all know if something changes, but yeah, plan is, I'll try streaming on Monday, some Crash, at least start. Then, what I will do is just take a break for that weekend. And then we'll see from there what I'll stream. I'm not sure yet if I want to do more Crash or if I want to do Life is Strange yet. We'll see. Or something else completely. I don't know. I could do another chill out stream. But yeah, there's that. So I hope we all enjoyed the stream. If you like it. If you dislike it. Comment below what you think. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So bye, guys.